In this video, I want to show you how you can teach learners very well and you prepare them for one assessment of any kind. In other words, how you can teach your learners very well and you equip them with abilities or competencies of tackling or answering any question they can bring from what you will have taught. So, as you can see on my chart, we are going to look at what you call hookworm infestation, which is taught in P4, P6. So you should begin by, for example, defining the vocabulary that you are going, learners are going to meet, or what are in your lesson, as I may say. So, for example, you can define what hookworm infestation is. A condition that is caused by presence of hookworms in the body. Then let's quickly jump into what I want to show you. For example, from this concept map I have used, we have control or prevention of hookworms. We have signs and symptoms. Control, I have regular deworming of farm animals, wearing shoes, proper disposal of animal feces. Then signs and symptoms, severe anemia, coughing, itchy, rash, diarrhea, loss of appetite, pale skin. And let me show you a teaching gap, as I may say. Most teachers, they just do what I have done. They brainstorm, then they leave it at that. That means that by doing that, you will not have taught. So in most cases, you should teach your learners, first of all, to pass any assessment question or item. You should also equip them with knowledge they will use in their day-to-day life. You should equip them with knowledge about hookworms, and that knowledge should help them to control or to avoid hookworm infestation. So there are so many reasons as to why we teach learners science, leave alone scoring D1s and D2s. Even if you teach your learner and the learner doesn't score a D1 or a D2, but when you have taught well, that child will become a scientist in the future. There are so many learners we teach and they don't score D1s or D2s, but they end up becoming scientists. Let's teach learners very well, leave alone the D1s and the D2s. If they get, well and good. But if they don't get, but when they have learned or you have taught them very well, then they will apply that science in their day-to-day life. So from what you will have taught, for example, the control or preventive measures against hookworm infestation, signs and symptoms. By the way, you are also supposed to explain to your learners the difference between a sign and a symptom. So question 1, give one reason why a person suffering from hookworm infestation develops severe anemia. So from the signs and symptoms, I have got that question. Question 2, state one way in which hookworm infestation destroys human circulatory system. Still that item, I have developed it in line with the first sign of hookworm infestation. Then question 3, explain briefly how hookworm infestation leads to anemia in children. And the question is taking 2 marks. And for that question, let me share with you the best way how to answer that question. Hookworms feed on blood, which leads to loss of anemia and low hemoglobin levels. A question like that one and the answer I have stated takes 2 marks. Then question 4. Explain briefly how hookworms lead to coughing in children. Coughing is one of the signs of hookworm infestation in children. But sometimes we teach just signs: coughing, vomiting, diarrhea, stunted growth, pale skin, and we leave at that. We are supposed to help these learners understand how hookworms lead to the signs or the symptoms you will have taught. Then number 5, give one way regular deworming of farm animals help in the control of worms in children. So from the control and preventive measures of proper or regular deworming, I have developed item 5. Then the last question, state one way in which proper disposal of human or animal feces helped control the spread of hookworms in the community. And that is what we are supposed to do. Prepare very well, teach very well, assess your learners very well in line with what you will have taught. But make sure that you adopt similar mode of assessment. This mentality of teaching ways of preventing and signs and what you end it there is a kid is outdated. Dear teachers, let's get out of our comfort zones and we teach science very well. We help these learners understand the science we teach them. By doing that, you will see your learners enjoying what you have taught and applying that science in their day-to-day life. For other questions, don't fear to inquire in case you have a challenge in the answer that question demands. See you.